So what's the difference between the Meraviglia and the Meraviglia Plus class on MSC? Well, I've been on both, and I just want to tell you some of the differences and the pros and cons of the Meraviglia and the Meraviglia Plus. Hi, I'm Jan Oakbridge, I'm the cruise queen. I was on the Maravilla in the inaugural season, and at the time it was one of the largest ships that MSC did, and certainly the first of the ships that had the dome on the promenade. And on first sight, on first viewing, it was absolutely stunning. We went on to the ship was great. Have to say, the space in the cabins were a little cramped, I felt. I just felt that I got more space in one of the smaller ships, which seems strange, but the layout was a little different. And on the decks, on the lower decks, the deck 5 and 6, where the promenade is and the bars are, I just felt like they had substituted space for seating with technology. Now, I love technology. You know, everybody who knows me knows I'm a technophile. I love technology. I've got everything new. I love new. If it's new, I love it. My son just has to say, "Mom, you need to see this," and I'm there. So, yeah, I love technology. I love the fact that we've got the MSC For Me app, and that I could wander around and find out where I was going. It reminded me of my appointments. I could book things on there, so I could book the theatre show. That's a difference on these ships that are different to other MSC ships, in that you have to book the theatre. So now, having said that, quite often you show up and there's still plenty of room. But if it's a show that's particularly popular, you might want to book it. Another thing that's really different is on both the Maravilla and the Grandiosa, which is the Maravilla Plus, is that there are 3 dining sittings. So there's a very early one, and a kind of middle one, and a late one. And there are therefore 3 shows that kind of go along with those. I just found that a little strange. I preferred to have 2 sittings. While we were on the Grandiosa, actually, the inaugural cruise, there were fewer passengers on board, so there were only 2 seatings. But I was told that generally, when there's a full complement on board, that they will go to the 3. I found that the theatre was not as big as one expected on the Maravilla, because again they were running 3 shows. So although it's a large ship with a lot of passengers, some of the areas lost space. And in the bars, you go into a bar and very often there wouldn't be anywhere to sit, which is something you don't usually find on an MSC ship. So I loved it, we enjoyed it, but I did feel that there was some areas that had been sacrificed. That's the word I was looking for, really. They sacrificed seating area for the beautiful dome, the technology, and the specialty restaurants and so on. So that for me was a bit sad. So what about the Grandiosa, which is Meraviglia Plus? I was anxious to go on and compare it with the Maravilla, because I had been a little disappointed with the changes that had been made. But when I boarded the Grandiosa, I was absolutely thrilled to discover that all the little bugbears I had with Maravilla had been dealt with. First of all, the cabin was slightly bigger. It was laid out differently, so it was easier to manoeuvre. The areas on the promenade, it's a larger ship, so they had included, on the promenade, there is, as I mentioned, the bistro, which is new. There's also a tapas restaurant, which is new. and that they have got lots of seating in the bars. So it was really good. I mean, one of the bars downstairs from the Diamond Bar, the Edge Bar, I think it was called, on the Meraviglia, that was so packed you couldn't get a seat. But on the Grandiosa, lots of space. So really lovely. I was very pleased with the changes they'd made. And of course, the main dining room was lovely. Everything was just beautiful. It was just a stunning ship. But just, it was just, it's like they listened. I felt like MSC had listened to what we said about the Maravilla and put all those things right on the Maravilla Plus class, which is the Grandiosa and the up-and-coming Virtuosa. So, yeah, Grandiosa, thumbs up. Maravilla, yeah, okay. But if you're going to have a choice between the two, Grandiosa every time for me. If you enjoyed this video, then please click the like button, hit the logo to subscribe or the button below and the notification bar. I'm Jan Obridge, I'm the Cruise Queen. Have a brilliant day. Bye.